Onions are the world's favourite vegetable and couldn't be easier to grow. So let's make some onion marmalade from this year's harvest. It's the perfect accompaniment to meat and cheese snacks and can be kept for up to 6 months. All you need is around 1 kilo of onions. I prefer a mix of red and brown, the red being naturally sweeter so you can use less sugar in the recipe. Start by peeling the onions and cutting them into 5mm slices. Next, you'll need a good size fry pan or skillet. Add half a cup of olive oil. Set to a medium heat, but be careful not to overheat your oil. You'll know when it's up to temperature by dropping 1 slice in to see if it sizzles. Give the onions a good stir to make sure they are well coated in oil. Then turn down the heat and cover the pan to let them gently soften and cook through. Stir them every few minutes to stop them burning and sticking to the pan. It takes around 20 minutes for the onion to change to a nicely yellowed colour. Then add sprigs of fresh rosemary, a couple of bay leaves, a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of pepper. Keep it all well stirred for about 15 to 20 minutes to allow the herbs to release their flavours. Then add 1/3 cup of red wine, the same amount of red wine vinegar, 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar to give it a bit of bite, and around 1½ tablespoons of raw brown sugar. You can add more if you have a particularly sweet tooth. Continue stirring until the liquid has reduced and the onions have a sticky appearance. This should take no longer than 20 minutes. While you're waiting, you can warm some clean, dry jars in the oven. This helps to sterilize and stop them cracking when the hot mixture is added. Then it's time to decant. Pick out the rosemary and bay leaves and spoon the lovely, rich and glutinous preserve into your warm jars. Cover the mixture with grease-proof paper caps and press down to minimize air contact. Then pop on the lids, which will set tighter as the jars cool. And that's all there is to it. It took just over an hour to make, but you'll need to wait for a couple of weeks to allow the acidity to reduce and the full flavours to emerge.